Hey guys, welcome back to Selenium 4 with Java February 2025 batch online training session 4. In today's session, I will cover few of the important Java topics like Java conditional statement, where I will cover if else, nested if else if and switch statement. Then I will cover method, where I will cover like built-in method and user-defined methods. You can get to know about the constructor and wrapper class. I will discuss about date and calendar functions, and last one I will be covering that Java exception handling, where I will cover how to handle exception with the help of try catch block and the importance of finally keyword in exception handling. So in the first Java sessions, you already seen, right, what is the Java data type, variables, right, what are the different loops available, how you can control the loop with the help of the break and continue keyword, right, what are Java strings, what are the single dimensional and two dimensional array, all these stuff. But today's topics, whatever is listed as part of the agenda, I'll be covering it one by one. So conditional statement in Java. So conditional statements are used to control the flow of the program and insert verification point and error handling. So in case you are working with Java, so definitely you need to use the conditional statement for any kind of assertions or validation point you want to add. You want to make sure that your test cases, your condition is matching or not, it's failing or passing. But in the real time, whenever you'll be writing the automation, you'll be performing the automation journey using Selenium. So you'll be mostly using testng or JUnit, where there's a assert class available, and you can call the methods to add the assertion point to validate the expected and the actual part, right? All this stuff you can do it through the testng or the JUnit class, which is predefined class, right? Available framework available in the market, so you can use them. So in conditional statement, there are primarily 5 types of conditional statement available: if conditional statement, if else, nested if else, right? Else if statement, or sometimes called if else if ladder, and switch statement. So what is if statement? If statement is used to specify only for a block of Java code to be executed only in case condition is met or true, but there is no guarantee in case like condition is false. That's the problem of the if statement. In case you know the genuine thing, you need to validate your condition will be always true, so you can use the Java, right, if statement. But in case you know that sometimes condition might be true or false, so definitely you cannot use the Java if statement. So always you need to use the if else one. So if else was nothing but the else part would be added on the if, right? So an if statement can be followed by an optional else statement. Else statement is used to specify a block of code to be executed if the condition is met or not met. Okay, so we'll cover the if statement. What is the way? Like I will try to give very simple example. So for today's session, like I already created a class, Java class session 4. So you already know how to create the maven project, or you can create a Java project. After that you can create a package, right? So I already showed you. After that any folder you can create a package, right click on that, you can go new and you can create a new package. After that any of the package you can create a class, new class. So here you can give the name of the class, and definitely you need to select the public static void main method, so that like your Java execution will start, because your Java program execution will start from the main method only. Without main method your Java program execution will not start in the normal Java framework or maven project. But in case you are using the testng framework, so there is no requirement of the main method, you can still execute it, the code without the main method. So that will be covered slowly. You'll be learning without the main method also we can execute n number of code using Selenium. So let's give a simple example. Okay, please go on mute guys. Okay, so say give a simple example called first you need to know, right, you need to first define the data type whenever you are creating any variable. So I'll be giving something called integer, say integer age equal to, I can define some value called 20 or 30, right? That is my first thing. So this is the data type. this is the variable, this is the assignment operator, and this is the value, and end with semicolon. Now I will give some condition if, and I can use the variable age greater than 18, right? In case age greater than 18, so I know that in India, right, as and when any people, any person's age touches 18, right, so that person will be called treated as an adult, and in India, right, he is eligible for the voter ID and he can give the vote, any vote. It can be Lok Sabha vote, Vidhan Sabha vote, or like a municipality vote or panchayat vote, anything, right, in India. Okay, so here I can give that in case age greater than 18, so I can mention something that the person is eligible to cast his or her vote, right? So that is simple thing of if condition. Okay, if age greater than 80, so person is adult person and definitely eligible to cast any kind of vote, right? It can be Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha, or any municipality or any panchayat vote, wherever relevant. Okay, now let's try to execute the program. You could see here the person is eligible to cast his or her vote, that is getting printed, because my condition is always getting true here. But what happen if the condition is false? So let's give some value called 10. So here you could see the condition is false, not true. So what will happen? Let's save the code and let's try to run it. Nothing, is blank. So that is the drawback of if statement. In case condition is matching, that is good, but in case condition is not matching, right, then it will be give you the blank result. So what we can do to avoid this user, we can add something called else part, that is called if else statement. Here I can give similar way, I can copy it. I can mention that person is not eligible to cast his or vote in case age is up to 18. As and when it crosses 18, then it is eligible, but in case, now you could see that is coming, person is not eligible to cast his or her vote. So that is the way, right, you can deal with the if and else statement. So if statement only deal with the condition is matching or true, but in case condition is not matching, so if statement cannot handle in those scenario. So always better to go with the if else part. So in case your condition is true, it will be if part will be executed. In else, always the else part will be executed. That is the block of command under the else block. Okay. Now this is the simple if else. Now what is a nested if else? Means if else within the if else, or within the if part within the else part, like that. So here let's cut this part and let's give another variable, another if else. If age greater than 25. Okay, so in India, as and when your age is greater than 18, you can cast the vote. But if you want to contest for MP or MLA or other councillor, your minimum age should be 25. Within 18 years age, you cannot contest for the election, you can give the vote. So that is the way I given the condition. So first condition is that it will check whether the person is eligible for the voting part, cast the vote. Second condition is that whether person can go for the election process, can nominate for the election or can contest for the election. So person is eligible to cast his or her vote and contest for the election. Okay, so that's the simple thing. And here I can give some else part. So that is called nested if else within else, right? Okay, so that you could see here. Now see what will happen. First it will go for the outer part, outer if else, check. In case outer if is true, then your control will go to the inner if else. But in case outer if is false, so automatically your control will go to the outer else part directly. So that is the way. Let's first try to execute with the A10, same value. So what will happen? You could see person is not eligible to cast his or her vote. So forget about the contest. So that is the simple thing. Now let's give something called 20. Because condition is not matching, so automatically your control is going to the outer else part. Because it is not going to the inside the if at all. Now give value as 20. Now what happened? 20 means it is greater than 18. So it will go to the if part. But in the if part, there are two parts again, right? If and else again. So as and when condition is matching 20, so again it will try to check another condition, which is nothing but a second condition or nested if condition. In case age greater than 25, then only if part will be executed, nested if part or nested else part. So here nested else because it's 20, not greater than 25. So now we'll try to
change the else condition. Change the else condition. Both the same actually. That's why.
sorry.
Both the statements.
Okay.
Both the printing.
Yeah. The person is eligible to cast his vote, but cannot contest the election, right? That holds good. So here, okay, I will run it again. Yes, that's true. Good. Okay, the person is eligible to cast his her vote but cannot contest the election because the age is 20. So that is the way control is, right, validated outer if part as is validated as true or positive. So again it is trying to validate the inner if else part, but here if part is getting false, so it is getting for the inner else part. Now you can give 30. So what will happen? Definitely 30 is greater than 18. So it is again control is going to the inner if else part. Now age is greater than 25, so it will be if part will be executed. So that is the way, right? You could go for the nested if else part, if else and nested if else part. Person is eligible to cast his or vote and contest for the election. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Then we will go to the if. Here we are dealing with if and else. Either one condition or true or false, means like we are going for the boolean primarily. But what happens in case I am having multiple condition? Okay. So it is called if else if ladder or sometimes called else if statement. So else if statement is used to specify a new condition when first condition is false. So there can be numerous conditions. So it will first validate the first, second, third, fourth and so on, and then it will go for the last one in case nothing is matched. Okay. So here just I will try to give a simple example. Say give something called integer marks. So you can give some value called 57. Okay. And here you can give some condition if, say, okay, variable name marks, greater equal to 30. So in school level you already seen, right? So like in case pass mark is 30. So in case you are getting 30, at least greater equal to, so you will pass. But if there is some grade process like grade, like kind of just pass, right, average, good, excellent, all this part, otherwise it will be fail category. So I am giving something called if it's greater than 30, ampersand both marks less than 45. Okay, so I can give something called average or grade D. Okay, that is the way, whatever you can do. Okay, if I am giving if, and here I need to give else if. Either this if is not working, then I will go for the else if, not else. Marks greater equal to 45 till I can give 60. Less 60 means 59, right? It will go. So average, after that I can give something called good, grade C. Okay. Then I can give another one. You can break it in number of time based on a requirement. Greater equal to 60 till 80, 79, Okay, say very good. Sometimes it is having like C plus, A plus, all this stuff. So you can give anything like that. You can break it. And here you can give greater equal to 80 till less equal to 100. Okay, excellent, grade A. Okay, and last one you can give only else. So here it is ending, so it is not else. So fail, student is getting fail, no grade. So that is the way you can categorize. You can give again 5%, 5% again another one like A plus, A plus plus like that. Whatever way you can give, you can have n number of condition. Okay, but generally better we can go till up to 8 condition. Okay, generally we should go maximum 8 total condition. Okay, now we have given 57. So what grade it should fall category? It should be within 45 to 60 category. So grade C. You could see good grade C. Now you just move it to 67. Let's save the code and let's run it. You could see get B. Let's give it 77. Okay, 77 is there. 87. It should be grade A, right? Give it 27. It should be fail, right? That because nothing is happening, it will go to the else part. So that is the way you can deal with the if else if. That is called if else if, or sometimes it is called else if ladder as well. So that is the way you can give n number of conditions instead of only true or false boolean part, and you can check it whether it is falling under some category or not. Otherwise it will always go for the default one, which is the else. In case so first it will check the first condition, then second, third, fourth, so on. Otherwise it will go for the last condition. So that is the way your if else if or else if ladder works in Java. Any questions?
But what is the difference then between else means if else if and that nested if?
Nested if is right a room within a room, right? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and here is a single right, single variation. Okay, but multiple condition. So nested if is nothing. Nested if is much. You want to check a particular condition, within that one you want to break it. But here, if else if nothing but same condition, you will be going for different variation. So that is the difference.
Okay.
Okay. So now I will go for another one, which is called switch statement, switch conditional statement, which is pretty much similar to the if else if ladder, but it is having more weightage. It is very easy to write it as well, and there is another difference is that you can control that one with the break. Okay, so a switch statement allows a variable to be tested for equality against a list of value. Each value is called a case, and the variable being switched on is checked for every case or each case. So switch statement primarily work for 4 different variable. It can work for character, short, integer, long variable. But definitely each case should be unique in nature. In case duplicate value, it will throw the compile time error. Each case statement can have a break statement which is optional. When control reaches to the break statement, it jumps to the control after the switch expression. Automatically it will break it. But if the break statement is not found, it will execute to the next cases as well. Sometimes it works, but generally switch statement should go with the, every time it should end with the break keyword. So switch, expression, case value, statement, and then break, and case value again, and by last it will go for the default, just like that else part. So let's frame a switch statement. Okay, so here I already given with the character one, so you can give a try that one. I'll cover with the integer one. So character one, similarly grade one also quite to cover. You can just refer that examples. I'll share that particular slides PPT. Okay, now we'll go with some example. Say I will go something called say integer day, and I can give some value called 3, like that. Okay, so that is the way I define the variable. Then I need to give something called switch, and here I need to give the variable day, right? And then what I need to do, I need to give second bracket again. Then I need to call case space. You can start with the numeric value 1 2 3 4 like that, because this is only integer, colon. Okay, case 1, say so say I am starting with Sunday, because we will start with Sunday, so I am just giving Sunday, and I am giving some break, okay, with colon. So that is the way. I have 7 days, so I can give 7 case statement in a week. Now you could see error message is coming. Why? Because your case should be always unique, right? So case 2, if you change it, that error message will go Monday. Case 2, 3, Tuesday. Case 4, Wednesday. Case 5, Thursday. Case 6, Saturday. Why problem? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. Case 7, Saturday. Okay. And last it will be default, right? Here you could see default, default, and you can give something. 1 second. I can give something as a default as not a valid day or invalid day, right? Invalid day, not a valid day option. Okay, so that is the way I can go for that. Now say my condition I have given 1 to 7. So in case I am giving 3, so what it will go? It will go for the Tuesday. Okay, you could see. In case you are giving a 6, it will go for Friday. So that is the way, right? You can get to know automatically what is your days coming. So that input you can do, right? Whatever way you want to do it, but you will be getting the result accordingly. In case it is going beyond that limit, something is not there, right? 9, which is not in the case statement, so it will go for the default one, because it is not matching with the case statement. You could see not a valid day option. Okay, because every time I am given a break. Now let's see what will happen in case I am not giving the break. Okay, so let's comment out this break. Let's comment out this break as well. Let's comment out this break. Okay, now let's try to check with 5. So what is happening? What will happen? What will be the output? Can anyone tell me? This is the code. So my value is 5. So what will be the output? So I have disabled 3 break. So what will be the output?
From case 5, everything else will print.
No. Why? Because case 5 break is there, na? So it is breaking. It is matching here, but it is breaking, right?
Okay.
But now let's give case 2. Then what will happen? That is the way you need to understand. So now break is not there, so it will not break the loop. It will print till Thursday. Why? Because here break is coming. This break is not there. 2 is printing, 3 is printing, 4 is printing, 5 is printing. Now break is coming. So it is giving the break. So that is the way problem might happen, but sometime you require to give the optional, no need to give the break. Sometime you need to print the weekday or weekend, all this stuff, then you can no need to give the break as well. So that are the different kind of circumstances required, but generally we should go with that break always. Okay, so that automatically as a condition by matching, so it will break the loop. It will not go for the next iteration. Okay, so that is the way you deal with the integer part. And similarly, I already given example for the character one, right? So in case you want to give the grade, right? So you can give the grade as A, B, C, whatever. Okay, you can give the grade. Okay, so A, B, C, D, like that. You can give the every grade as a what definition of the grade. Like A will be excellent, B will be like kind of average or like good, like C will be average, D will be poor, and like default will be no grade. So that is the way you can use char variable and using single quote. Okay, so case statement will work for only four type: characters on char, short, integer, and long data type. Remaining it will not work. Okay, any doubt?
So we cannot have any conditional statements in switch, right?
No, 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 no.
Only
No.
part.
Yes,
Only a
only
particular
case.
means,
Case and statement and break is the optional keyword, right?
okay.
So sometimes people use epels, sometimes people use switch. Okay, in the real-time framework, in case you need to deal with the browser, right? Which browser you need to call, so you can always use switch or sometimes they use epels. So it will depend. Okay, from the like vendor to vendor, component to component. Sometimes you can whatever it you might it fruitful, it will be kind of reusing the code. It is really simple. Then you decide and then you can work accordingly. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule that you need to always use switch, you need to always use epels, but so that will depend. Okay, as I will be working, so you'll be getting more to know what thing we need to use it. So method part you already seen in the last session, right? Whenever we are declaring the variable like local variable, static variable, right, or the class variable, we created the method. But what is the way we can create the method? So what is method at? Definition of the method. So method is nothing but a set of statements which are grouped together to perform an operation. Why we need to create the method? Because in case we are defining one time, we can use them n number of times. And in case I need to change only method, so I will change only one time. Automatically everywhere the method is being called, automatically will be updated. So that is the beauty of the method. Okay, so whenever user want to perform any operation multiple times, then they will choose the method. So methods are sometimes known as functions. Basically, there are two type of methods available. One is user defined, one is the built-in method. So string, right? You already seen lot of method in the string class, right? And date and calendar or time, that one I will covering today. And user defined method also you can have two types. One is without returning value, one with returning value. So we'll see what is the importance of the methods. Let's try to understand logically. Okay, after that you can go anywhere. Okay, so say that's better. Let's say ISO hello Java. Okay, so you are having 5 line of code like that, or 6 line of code, whatever, right? So you can write the code and you can just simply print it. Okay, so it is giving hello Java. But now tomorrow your requirement is changed. Instead of hello Java, they want to print you hello Selenium Java. Selenium Java world. So what you need to do? So you need to change everywhere, right? So what happened? You are a human being. Instead of 20, 30, you can miss somewhere, right? Okay. So that is the way you can do miss. Okay. So there are 6 items. So you have missed 2 area. 4 is updated correctly. 1 you have forget to update. 1 you have just added it instead of updating. Added this part. So that is the problem might happen. Let's try to understand logically what is the importance of method, right? You could see this is the true problem. So in case you are having 1000 line of code, it's not possible to check everything, right? You might forget, you might do some mistakes. That human being, we are human being, we cannot have 100% accuracy. So then how I can avoid it? How I can get that usability? So what is the way I will do it? So I will create something called public void, right? hello world. That is the method name I can create. Okay, then I can print something, right? Here, let's comment this out. Now in case I need to call the method, what I need to do, I need to create a class here first, because that is the normal method, not a static method. So I cannot directly call it. Equal object, I can create an object equal to new session. That is the way. Yes, last session I already saw how to create the object for instance. Now simply I will call that one dot hello world. So that is called without return type. Okay, it is not having a return type, it is just simply printing it, right? No return type. Now I can call it, let's say 5 times or 6 times, whatever way. Now you could see, if you try to run it, it will give you the result. You could see hello Java. Now your ask is to change it, like instead of hello Java, you need to change it to hello Selenium Java world tomorrow. So you can simply update in the method itself. Automatically everywhere it will be updated. You don't need to worry about where it's being called. You don't need to worry about how many times it got called. Tomorrow again you need to change, like instead of hello Selenium Java world, you need to change again hello Java world, right? So you can update only one time. That is the beauty or reusability. You can have n number of time. You can call again n number of time, 10 times as well. So it does not matter how many places there. Everywhere will be got impacted in case you are changing in one place. So that is the beauty of the method, which is here it is not a return type, without a return type method. Now I will cover a method called return type, where I can give some return value. Okay, let's simply give something called, try to create a method, okay, where I will need to give some return type. Okay, this is called without return type, and I will create a method now with return type. So similar way I will create something called public, say add, right? Add here. So what is the way I need to do? First I need to give the access modifier method name, and then here I can pass some argument, say integer a comma integer b. This is the two argument I need to pass it. Then I can here give something called, okay, say any variable I want to keep c equal to a plus b. Okay, then I want to return it, return c. Now you could see error message is there. Why? I need to define c equal to integer again. I am returning c. But here what return type I did not provide it, because method cannot have it without return type. Either it will void or you need to give the relevant return type. So what is returning? It is returning c. What is c? C is the summation of a plus b, which data type is integer. So I need to give it here. Now error message gone. So that is the way you need to write it step by step method as well. Now what I need to do? Comment it out, all this part. This is called return value, with return value. Now simply I will call that one object. Okay, object dot add. You could see return type is integer. So I need to store some integer. I can directly print it out in the console if I want to print it out. So ISO, okay, object dot add, and here I need to give the actual argument value whatever I want to pass. So I can give 20, I can give 30, so it will give me 50. Similar way I can call that method n number of time for n number of variable, right? 20 plus 20, like 60 plus 30, like that. So that is the way I can call it. So I can change the value as a during runtime. So that is the importance of the argument, right? We are defining some variable, but whenever I am calling the method, that time I am giving the actual value based on my requirement. I am defining a method without any proper value. So during runtime I can change the value. It is calling the same method. So it is called method with return value. So method overloading possible. So I will cover it in the DevOps concept part next session. So you will get to know what is method overloading, method overriding, all these stuff. So this is the two methods. This is the method without return value. It is returning void. And here it is returning integer. It can return anything, double, float, string, anything it can return. Okay. So that is the way it is called user defined method. Built-in method I will cover it. Sting method, lot of sting method you already seen in the first session. Today I will cover the date and calendar, what are methods available in the date and calendar class. Okay, so any questions here, guys?
Objects should always create main method to.
Yeah, right. Here we are defining all these variables or this method as a class level, right?
Yeah.
This is the class level. So in the main method, if I want to use them as this method as non-static one, right? So I need to create an object or instance. In case these are static, so I no need to use any object or instance. Automatically that can be used. So say let's comment it out and let's define something called public static void. Okay, now it should work same way. Okay, no need to give object, it directly you can call it, right? It will work. No, sorry, here I have given. Okay,
It will be helpful, right? It will be helpful.
yeah, right. So simply what way it will work. Okay, let's comment out all this part. So in case something you are giving a static, okay, it is returned, it is anyway printing out, so simply you need to call that one hello world, simply, that's all, nothing, it will work, that's all. No need to create an object or instance because you already defined the method as static. Okay, is it clear? Okay, now I will go for the one of the important thing called constructor. So constructor is sometimes also called a method, but why we need to create a constructor? What is the difference between a constructor and method? That will definitely somebody will ask. Okay, so let's try to give example here. Okay, here my class is test before going to the other one. So I have tried to create a constructor like that is the way and given body. And here also same way, right? I need to give the body. So what is the difference between method and constructor? So method name can be anything and it should, right, have the body and it can have return type. But what is the cost for constructor? Constructor name should be always same as the class name. Constructor cannot have an return type. Otherwise still same, it will work in the same way mostly. And for the constructor, as and when you are creating the object or instance, automatically your constructor will be called for that class. So that is the beauty of the constructor. So in the real-time framework you will be seeing, in case you are using constructor, so that as and when you are creating the object, automatically your constructor will be called. But here for the method, what you need to do, you need to create an object or instance, after that you need to call the method separately. So these are the stuff we can avoid. But what is the way you can understand the constructor? So constructor name should be always same as the class name, and constructor cannot have any return type. So that is the primary differences. So constructor is a block of code similar to the method. It is called when an instance of the object is created immediately and memory is allocated for the object. The purpose of constructor is to initialize the object of a class, while the purpose of a method is to perform a task by executing Java code. In other words, constructor provides memory to the object. Without initializing object, we cannot use its properties. So every time an object is created using new keyword, class name, object name, new, and the class name, automatically at least one constructor is called. It is called default constructor. In case you are not creating constructor, it will default constructor be created, and constructor can be overloaded but cannot be overridden. I will show you in the second one as next session. Constructor of a class must have the same name as the class name in which it is right. Constructor in Java cannot be abstract, final, or static. Constructor cannot have a return type. So Java compiler distinguishes between a method and constructor by its name and return type. In Java, a constructor has the same name of that class and cannot have a return type. Okay. So let's try to create a constructor here. So same, right, class name. So what is the way I will create? Public, no return type, constructor name, same name as the class name. I can give something called iso test constructor. Okay, now question will be coming, how I'll be calling this constructor. Okay, so what is the way? So just as and when will be trying to create an object, every time your constructor will be called. So in case you want to have the constructor multiple time, you need to create multiple objects. That's all. So you don't need to do other thing. So you need to create the object, automatically the constructor will be called. That is the beauty here. You could see. So constructor I have created same name as the class name without a return type and can have the body. And as and when I am creating the object for instance, automatically my constructor is being called. New object, new again called. So that is the way. In case you want to call the constructor, you need to create multiple objects. One object will call the constructor only one time. Now constructor can be overloaded. Overloaded means same but with different data type or different return type other way, right? So here same name will be there. No return type, but here I need to pass some argument, say integer a. Okay, and test constructor. Then I can give some thing and I will concatenate with a plus. So here in case I want to call that particular constructor data type, so what I need to do? Here I can pass something, right? Call a. A means 20, I can give the value. So that is the way my this constructor will be called. Now let's try to run it. Let's see. This one is called because here I have passed that argument value. So constructor can be overloaded. That is called overloaded. Overloaded means your name will be same, but your argument, number of argument, or type of argument, or data type of the argument should be different.
Can you please comment line number 27 and run it again just to see the output?
Because it is calling normal, right? No constructor value I have given. So it is calling the first one, constructor one.
So by default, when the object is created for the class, only that will be default constructor will be called.
Yes. Okay, so constructor can be overloaded. Means same name will be there, but we can vary with the number of data type or the time of the data type. Means integer to double to float, all this stuff, data type change or number of variable change or number of argument change. So that is the way I can differentiate, and that is called overloading.
One thing to ask you, Dada. So the thing is that if you are doing constructor overloading, that is fine. We have a in circumstantial basis we can do it, right? But is there any use of creating new objects and calling the constructor? Is it feasible?
Yes, you can do it, right? Okay. Suppose say in the real time, right? You will be having a Excel file, right? You need to do the data type. I will show you that time. Okay, that time I will be creating a constructor. Why? Because I will not create any method. So that automatically as soon as constructor is created, automatically I will go to the Excel sheet path and I will try to call the Excel sheet. So I no need to create any method separately. That is the way I can shorten my code, right? Line of code as well. So I need to create a separate method. Automatically everything should be there in the constructor. Okay, so that is the way in the real time, most of the time, right? Whenever you will be using the page object model or page factory model, you will be seeing that one. Okay, that constructor is required. Especially page factory model, right? That these there is a this dot keyword is there, right? With that one we can initialize it, right? So page factory model is nothing but you can initialize the driver in that particular framework itself. So slowly you'll be getting to know what is the use of the method and what is the use of the construct in the real-time framework. But until you are knowing this concept, it will be very tough that time to understand. There are so many usage, but yeah, slowly everything you cannot use it at the same time or for all your project. But you need to know the concept so that like wherever possible, wherever required, you can implement it. Until the concept is clear, you will not be understanding what's the way it is behaved, right, differently. Yeah.
Yeah, here is static is
Sorry.
static
No, no, we cannot use static. Constructor cannot have static final keyword. It will throw the error.
okay.
So that are the couple of difference in the constructor with the method. Right? It will throw the error. Constructor cannot have static final all this stuff. It will be treated as a class then. Right? If you gives public static void, okay, you need to give the return type, then it will be called as a class. Sorry, a method. Right? It will be called as a method. Okay. So it will be
Yeah.
same name. Method also can have the same name, but it will return type. But even if you are removing the return type, so it will try to consider as a constructor. But constructor cannot have the static or final keyword. It will throw the error. So that is the thing I have written here also, right? Where I have written, yeah. Constructor cannot be abstract, final, and static. Any other questions here? Okay. We'll go to the next topic then. Then I'll go to the Java wrapper class. So what is wrapper class? So whatever we had now we had understand and discussed like integer, double, float, char, boolean, all these are data type. Just simply data type in Java. But this data type does not belong to any class in Java. So that means it does not belong to any class, so you cannot create an object because it does not belong to any class. So that is the reason, especially whenever you are dealing with the collection framework, JCF or Java collection framework, you cannot use those data type because Java collection framework only deals with class and object. So the challenges will come. So that is the reason your data type, all these data type, you need to associate with some class, which is called wrapper class. So wrapper class is a class whose object wraps or contains a primitive data type. Okay, wrapper classes are used to convert any data type into an object. The primitive data type are not object. They do not belong to any class. They are just defined in the language itself. Sometimes it is required to convert data type into object in Java programming language. So wrapper class provides a mechanism to wrap primitive values in an object so that primitives can do activities reserved for the object, primarily in the Java collection framework, like different classes, different interfaces like array list, linked list, hash set, hash map, all this part. Okay, so this is the primitive data type and this is the corresponding wrapper class. Char, character, byte, right? Float, integer, int, right? Double, all this stuff, boolean. This is the wrapper class and this is the data type. So how I can convert that primitive data type into an object of a wrapper class? Okay, so let's see what is the way I can do it. So say integer I equal to 20. Okay, I can print it out simply. Okay, so it will be definitely printing the value. It will not be any problem. Okay, so but still it is a data type, not an object of the wrapper class. So what is the way I can create a wrapper class? So I need to call the relevant wrapper class. For int, it is relevant wrapper class is integer. You could see. Okay, so the error is coming anyway, so I'll resolve it. Then I can create a object for the integer class. Okay, say wrap int object equal to new integer. That is the class. So that is the way I am creating object. And here I can provide the reference of the variable data type. Now that data type is converted to the object wrap of, right? Wrap int. Now I can use it anywhere. It will be treated as an object of the wrapper class integer. So that is the way. Now this particular variable can work as an object of the wrapper class integer relevant to data type int. So now this will print the same value only, but now this belong to the this is treated, this will be treated as an object of the integer wrapper class. So that is the way you can convert it, right, data type to the relevant wrapper class object. So for int it will be integer, for double it will be capital doubles, like for float it will be float, right? That is the way you can do it. Okay, now let's create something called double variable. Data type double, d equal to, say, give something called like that. Okay, now what is the way I can convert double? Double, that is the wrapper class, so I can create an object called wrap double equal to new double class, and that is the way I can create the object, and here I can give the variable called d. Now I can print out that one. So now this is changing as a object.
So what is the benefit of using the wrapper class? Or
Yeah, because
practice?
in the especially in the Java collection framework data type, they will not consider any data type collection framework, so you cannot use the data type. In the other way you can use it, but whenever you will going to the Java collection framework advanced Java part, so they will only consider object and class only, then your data type will fail, because these are the simply primitive data type in the Java language itself, but they do not belong to any class. So now in the collection framework you cannot use them because they are simply data type, but now in case you are converting in the relevant class, so it is becoming object of the double class or integer class. Now you can use it anywhere in the collection framework as well. That is the main requirement.
So one question is there. So if wrapper class, right? So the concept is applicable for all languages, same concept.
No, other languages I don't think so. There is no such.
Suppose in Unix or shell we call that we need to create a wrapper class in deployment and all. Does it mean
Might be
like that?
Unix, but I am not very much clear. Okay, but C has or Python I did not see that one. It's Java I am seeing that one primarily.
But only in Java it is there, right?
Yeah, right.
So using that means we are creating the object of that.
Yeah, that data type will work everywhere except the collection framework.
So for, only for this collection framework we are using
Yeah,
this.
right. Mostly because collection framework does not understand data type concept. That will understand only the object or class concept. So, but data type is not belong to any class, so it is not an object. It's simply data type. So you need to convert it, right, as an object of a relevant wrapper class, and after that you can treat
As you
anywhere.
say- Okay, as you say collection framework, are you going to show us also in coming?
Yes. Java collection framework is the important stuff, right? Ops and collection framework and multi-threading will be covered. Mostly advanced part will be covered, except JDBC. JDBC is not required much, especially Selenium. So whatever will be required, like majority of the stuff I will be covering, so that you will be getting the idea.
Okay. It's
Okay.
because if you're learning it, then we need to know how to implement it.
Yes. That is there. You can go through the syllabus. Yeah. Okay. Now another important thing is there in the wrapper class. Okay. So say I am defining some variables called string str equal to, say, like that. Sorry, maybe just 2000. Okay. String. And then let's try to print out SYSO. Okay, what is the output? Can anyone tell me? What will be the output? Tell me.
String cannot be added with numbers, right?
No, why? It cannot be added.
It will be 2000 plus 1000. It will be showing.
It will be concatenated, right?
Right.
It is a plus or part, sir. String and this part can be there. It will be concatenated. But yeah, though it is string, my value is in integer format, right? So I am not getting the required part, right? So here it will be like that. Okay. So a wrapper class, these are the couple of stuff available, that in case your string is there, right? But you just want to do the actual integer operation. But string is completely integer, but somehow you defined as a variable as string. Okay, so what you can do? Okay, So there is a, like for string, right, for the integer, right, there is something called integer class, wrapper class dot parse in method is available, parse int, right, which will convert the string to integer in case the string is in integer format. In case it's combination format, that will not do. Okay, you could see a string containing the integer representation will to be parsed. Okay, return type will be integer. Now I can give some string and its return type is integer. Now I can store in some integer, say base I, base integer. Now same way, in case I want to do the operation here with the new variable, this one, so it will be 3000. So that is the beauty. Similarly, like wrap double, all this stuff is available, right? Sorry, parse double plus for all this stuff is available for the other class, double parse double other way. Now you could see 3000, right? So that is the way, like the wrapper class is having lot of other stuff. So this is the primary two thing actually you need to use it. So that is the important two thing you can learn it primarily. There are might be other part, but that is not much relevant, I could say.
Parsing means you are changing the data type, it seems, right?
Yes, data type to integer. Then you can do the operation integer, right?
Correct.
But here you are not able to do it with the plus sign because it will be still considered as a string only. But though it is integer file, but still will be considered as string. That is the reason it is happening as concatenation. But here, as and when you are converting with the help of the parsing, it is becoming as an integer data type. Now you can do the operation with the plus as, right, whatever way you can do. Because if you want to multiply with the string, it will throw the error. Only concatenation can happen with the string, right? Not the other numeric operation, sorry, other arithmetic operation cannot be do. We cannot do it. But here you can do the this operation as well because you already treated as an integer. So integer with the integer you can do anything. All the arithmetic operation you can do it, right? Are you able to clear or not? The concept. Try to understand the concept logically, step by step. All good, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will go to the other kind of inbuilt methods, right? So that will be also required. Suppose in case you want to capture screenshot, right? Sometimes you need to print the system date time, right? Some of the circumstances you need to move your calendar, right? I mean, you need to just say backdated 2 years or kind of forwarded 2 years. All this stuff you want to get the day format, right, or the month calendar. You all this stuff you can do it. Sometime you need to whatever default way it is showing, right, then month second millisecond you want to change that format as well. So that is the reason like a date class and calendar class will be used in Java, which will be really important, especially for the tester, especially for dealing with the screenshot, dealing with some reporting. Okay, so there's a calendar class, calendar. I can create an object equal to calendar dot get instance method. That is the way I need to do it. Okay, this is the class. It is coming from Java calendar package. Okay, it is not like calendar cal equal new calendar. So you need to remember that one. It will be calendar dot get instance. Okay, now I can get the current time. So cal, that is the variables I already did, dot get time method available. I think so. Yeah, get time. You could see get time zone, get time in millis. All this part you can get it. Now let's try to run it. Okay, Saturday, March 8, right? 8:01:03 means 8 p.m. 1 minute 13 second IST Indian Standard Time in 2025. That is the way it's printing out. But I can change it also, the setting, whatever way I want to print for myself, I can do it, the changing as well. So I'll let you know what is the way you can do it. But apart from that, if you want to just print only the year, month, day, what is the best way you can do it? So let's see. So calendar cal variable dot, there is a method called get. Okay, then get method. Okay, I can see get fine. Then here I need to call again calendar class dot. Okay, you could see here date, whatever way you want to give, right? Date. You call some year, calendar dot year, right? Or day of the year, all this stuff you can call it whatever way. There are a lot of methods available. If you press dot, you could see all this part, AM PM format, right? Date of the month, day of the week, okay, day of the year, all this part you can also month, which month you want to do all this stuff, right? So you can only get the dedicated one, whatever is only required, instead of whole part printing out. Okay, you could see date is coming as 8 because today is 8 March. Year is coming to the 25. Like days of week is coming as 7 because it's Saturday. So starting from Sunday, Saturday 7. Day of month is coming as 2 because March. So it is starting with 0, 0, 1 and 2. It's March. Just coming in a second. So that is the way, right? You can get the required part, right? Whatever way you want to print it out, whatever way you want to check what is the way of date of the week, date of the year, also you can get what is the date of the year, right? Right? You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to calculate. It will give you the all this stuff because it's a Java date of year, right? Day of the year, week of the year. You could see it's 67 because January month is 31 days, February month 28 days. So 31 plus 28, 59, and today is March 8, so 67. Today is the 67th day of the year. So that is the way you can print all this stuff. Now in calendar class, right, you can change the calendar setting. It means for a particular programming, right? You want to advance your calendar or you want to just, right, reduce the calendar for 2 months, all this stuff. You can do it. So I can do something called cal dot. There is a add, right? Add method available. You could see there is two things. One is the number of argument, argument name, and one is the value. Okay, so again calendar dot year. I want to change the year for 2 years, right? And I want to change it 2 years. Then I can get the time, I can print the time. Okay, let's see what's happening there now. Okay, Monday, March 18, all this to 2027. It got changed, and day also got changed Monday because I have increased my calendar to 2 years. In case you want to decrease by 3 years, so it will be -3. So that is the way. Similarly, you can change the month, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, date as well, right? Date, year, all this stuff. Now you could see it's 2022. Date also got changed. Day is same, time will be same, IST is same, but I am just want to change the year. So automatically my day will be changed. Sometime in case you want to set, instead of all this stuff, you want to set the calendar day altogether. So what is the method is available called cal.set method. You could see what is the way I want to set, only the date part, other part, right? Or maybe the year, month, date, or right, or other millisecond, second, hour part as well I can do it, right? So let's see what is the best way. Yeah, year, month and date. So let's see, year I want to set as 2022, year, month I want to set month as October, so it will be 9, right? 0 to 11. October means 9, November, December, and date is October month, so I can give it 27th October. Now you could see your calendar will get changed accordingly. So that is the way. Either you can add the calendar or you can change the complete calendar as well. October 27, time frame is still same, and 2020, and date is changes accordingly. So that is the way you can deal with the calendar class. Now I will be showing what is the best way you need to deal with the date class. Okay, similarly date is also predefined class available in Java. Date class dt equal to new date, I think, yeah, it is same only. Okay, and you need to import the date class from the java.util, not java.sql. Please remember it is java.util. Okay, not the java.sql. Now you can print out ISO simply dt, or you can convert it to string variable is there. Now let's print it out. So this is the important two thing available, right? Again it's coming as Saturday, March 18, right? 2008 IST 2025. Now in case you want to change the format, whatever way it's printing out, I don't want to do it, I want to do it some other format. Okay, so what is the format I can do? So let's first define some string and define the format. With clear declare a string variable format, and you can define the string which format you want to print it out. Say I want to give suppose hour, millisecond, second, and I can give a space, then I can give a, and then I can give something called, right, dd it will be March, April, like that, and then only YY, or you can give whole YY as well. So that is the format I want to print it out. So that is my required format. Okay, then you need to, there is a important class available called simple date format in Java. Okay, simple date format, SDF, I can create a variable equal to new simple date format, and here you need to give the variable name whatever format you want to print out. Okay, now in case you want to print out, there is a method called format, and you can just pass the variable name. So simple thing. So that is the couple of stuff you need to remember. It is not a straightforward one. You need to just remember this line of code. Now you could see whatever format I was requiring, right? Date, sorry, hour, minutes, seconds, AM or PM format instead of 20. I have right, instead of 20 I have reduced AM PM format. 8 March 2025. Now say I want to print my DDMMYY first. Okay, and then my right one, or instead of 4Y I just want to print the last 2Y part, mean 225, 24, like so. That is whatever way I want to do, I can do it, customize it. You could see now 8 March to 25 is coming, to the 20 is not coming, and then PM 8 PM 10 minutes 41 seconds. So that is the thing you can
But
just.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
I have a question here, brother. So you are giving hour, minute, and second, right?
Huh.
So are you differentiating by AM, PM by managing?
Yeah, this A word is there. So you can Google search what is the format for the date. You can just get it, relevant part. Okay,
If you
the
don't
syntax
give it,
is there.
It will be coming as 20, right?
Sorry.
If you don't give it, it will come as 20.
Yeah. So this is the part is available. Just simply type the Java date formatter. Okay, you could. Okay, it is still coming as 8 only. Okay. Anyway, it's breaking it AM and PM format here.
Yeah. maybe in the class it is mentioned like that. In the date class it is mentioned like that.
Mentioned right, yeah, might be. Okay, so yeah, that is the part. You can just give a try. You can simply go here, right? Okay, and just give something called Java date format, right? What is the format is you could see here. What is the format available? You can simply go here, anywhere you can go, right? It will give you all the format. That is the way you can print it out. Yeah, you could see here. This is the format, right? Y is for year, triple M is for the month of the year, right? Just you can week, all this stuff, DD, MM, YY, hour, second, whatever is there, right? This is the A for AM or PM, right? Hours, age. So it is not like you need to use the exact format, otherwise it will not work.
You give the if you give K, then it will be coming out from it like that.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Good.
So that is the way you can just search in Google and you can get it. No need to worry about the other part. This part you can tabular part you can just make a reference and then you can use it, right? Whatever way I am doing. Because in case you are giving AAA, it will working as a January, February, March. Otherwise, in case you are giving a smaller M, right? It will be working as a 01, 02 like that. That format. Okay, you could see. M is the like minutes, all this part. So that is the this given. I am not writing anything by my own. Okay, you could see here. Triple M means month, right? 4M means complete month, full month. Triple M means only the first three word. Double M means only numeric part, right? You could see. So that is the way you can give a try. Even I am also not aware of everything. Just try in case something is required. I used to refer that column. Okay.
Got you.
Are we good, guys? So this is a very important thing you need to use in the real-time framework. Definitely, whatever I have showed, that is still suffice. Calendar, date, and simple date format will work good for you. Any to handle majority of the date. Anyone? Any questions? Okay. Then the last important topic from today's session I will cover is called exception handling. Okay. So, what is exception? See, in the real time world, right? You already seen. In case you want to divide something by 0, it will be throwing you the infinite value, right? It will not work. It will show you that same thing. Similarly, you already doing some. You already know that you are doing some mistake or something is happening. So it will not break all your code because of only one line. You are having 5,000 lines of code, but because of one line, it could not stop the execution of your whole code. So that is the reason you can give some exception. This kind of problem happen, it will still only skip that part, or it will give the exception and remaining execution will still continue. So that is the reasons like exception should be there in the Java, and exception handling mechanism also there. So an exception or exceptional event is a problem which arises during the execution of the program. When an exception occurs, the normal flow of the program is disrupted and the program or application terminates abnormally, which is not recommended. Therefore, this exception to be handled. And exceptions can occur for many reasons. Okay. Suppose say you already entered an invalid data, like something divided by 0. Suppose say you want to update some file which is already open. You already seen, right? Someone shared Excel file, someone already open, right? But you want to update some data. You cannot do. You want to remove the. Suppose say your application is using something, but you want to remove that file. You cannot do it. Or you already open the file, after that you want to remove the file, rename the file. You cannot do it because file is already open. Okay. And something, right? Suppose say you are doing some operations, and in the middle of that your network problem, your system got restarted. So that is the way it will not work. So these are the kind of generic thing might be happen. So how you can handle this part? So then there are primarily three things you will be seeing there. One is called checked exception, one is called unchecked exception, one is called error. Checked exception means during compilation time, as I will be writing the code, and it will be saving the code automatically. Those kind of exceptions will be triggered. Those you already know. This is the exceptions, right? Suppose say in case you want to do something, right? Say 10 divided by 0. So that you know it is already throwing the error, right? You cannot do it divided by 0. That is called check exception. During saving the code you will get the thing. But say you define a string, three character it can hold. After that you want to access the fourth element. So this is not the checked exception, it is called unchecked exception. During execution time it will be able to get it, not but during the compilation time. So whatever you can get during compilation time, so that is called checked exception. Whatever you can only get during the runtime, it is called unchecked exception. And like array index of bound, arithmetic exception, sometime all this part you can get it. Okay, an error, it is not exceptions, right? You cannot handle sometime, it is irrecoverable. You cannot recover it. Your system got crashed. You do not have any memory. Suppose you want to save a file, but your memory is completely occupied. You cannot have any memory, so you cannot save it, right? Right? You are working on some virtual machine, so that machine got restarted. These are the kind of things there. So there are three types of exception available in Java. One is checked one during compilation time, unchecked one during runtime, and the error, which is irrecoverable at all. There are 5 keywords you can handle the exception: try, catch, right, finally, throw and throws. So you will be using mostly try, catch and finally. So that will be covered in today's session. The try keyword is used to specify a block where we should place the exception. The try must be followed by either catch or finally. It means that we cannot use try block alone. Similarly, catch block will be followed by try, but it cannot be like that catch alone. And finally, definitely it should be surrounded with try catch only. So finally block is used to execute the important code of the program. It executed whether your exception happen or not, does not matter, it will be always executed. But try catch block, in case the exception does not occur, it will be simply ignored. I will be explaining, then you can get the more idea. And throws is like an keyword is used to throw an exception, and throws is keyword used to declare an exception. It does not throw any exception, it specifies that there might be a probability some error or exception might be triggered. So these are the different kind of exception you might get in the Java. Okay, so couple of built-in exceptions available in Java libraries. Okay, arithmetic exception, in case you want to do some arithmetic wrong operation, it will be displayed. Array index of bound means you have defined index as 3, but you want to access something at 4th position, like that. Class not found, right? You are referring a particular class which is not available, or sometimes the class name got renamed. Okay, similarly file also, you are trying to access some file, path is not correct, or file name is not correct, or file got renamed. All this stuff has happened. IO exception, sometimes it can happen, like sometimes your access do not have the sufficient permission to access the file, right? All this part. Interrupted exception, in case whenever you will be working on the thread. Okay, suppose the thread is there, 2 thread is there, but somehow thread isn't dead, or thread is in other work is happening. So in case you want to access the thread, that you cannot do the operation, right? Or same is waiting status, sleeping status. So it will be interrupted exception will be coming. No such field exception. It will be thrown when that particular class does not contain that field at all, but you want to access that. No such method. Similarly, in the particular class, method is not available, or you rename the method, or maybe just you remove the method. So that is the way you can get some no such exception method. Null pointer exception, say you are already having a string. Okay, and your string value is null, means no value. But for the null string, you want to get the size of the string. It will be throwing the error. Because a null string, how can you get the size? That is not logical. So it will be giving you the null pointer exception. Number format exception. So you already seen that parser, right? Parser integer. So but string is particularly not having the integer part. It is having alphanumeric part. So it will be whenever you want to convert it, that will be throwing that error. Number format exception. Sometimes runtime exception might be occur based on some situation. String index out of bound. So similarly way, right? Array index of bound or string index of bound is similar. Like whenever your size is like more than specified, right, whatever you define, so it will be giving you that error. So that are the different primary exceptions available in Java. I think apart from that there might be some exception, but this is the primary exception you might get or you might encounter whenever you are working in the Java programming. So try catch block. What is the way I can handle the exceptions? So try block contains set of statement where an exception can occur. A try block is always followed by a catch block which handle the exception which occurs in association with the try block. And single try catch block have any number of catch blocks, but try block should be always end with the catch block. But in case no exception is occurred, so automatically your try catch block will be completely ignored. So let's see some example. Okay, let's give some line. Say code before exception occurred. Okay, just I am simply writing 2 line of code. Okay, after, and if I want to print it out, it will be throwing me not throwing me an error. It will be printed out both the line, right? Code before exceptions, code after exceptions coming. Now in the middle, I want to do some operation SYSO. Say 10 divided by 0. That is the known exception I know, right? It is not throwing any error because until you are executing it, you will not able to get any idea, right? Because I want to print 10 divided by 10. Now let's try to run the code and let's see what's happening there. You could see. What is the problem happening here? Can anyone try to tell me? From this 3 line and these 2 line in the console, what is the problem happening here? Then you can get the clarity step by step.
Exception not handled by catch.
Okay.
It is trying to divide 10 by 0.
Huh?
Trying to print out. Means it is trying to print the value. Right. It is trying to actually here in the second line, right? To divide 10 by 0 and in the runtime it is getting that exception.
Then what happening?
It is not possible, right? It's a runtime error, right? That's
No, that I understood. It is not possible. Then what is the problem happening in the code?
Like
the third line is not printing also.
Yes.
The third line is not
Yeah.
printing also.
So that means like as and when my exception is not coming, all the line code is working fine. And as and when my exception coming, and in case I am not handling, my execution is stopping there, and remaining line of code is not getting executed. That's the problem, right? So you are having 10,000 line of code, and your some exception is happening at 50 line of code. So your execution will stop at 49 line, and remaining line of code is simply ignored. It will not be executed. But that I don't want. That's the main problem. As and when exception is coming, in case you are not handling it, your line of code exception is completely stopped there. So how I can do it? So I can select the line of code and I can go to source, and there's an option called surround with. I can use surround with some try catch block. Okay, you could see that is the way I can do it through the Eclipse. Now you could see you can run it. Okay, exception is handled and next line of code is there. So exception is coming. It is being handled. Line number 30 coming, being handled, and next remaining line of the code is executed. So that is the way I can use that predefined try catch block. But in case you want to write it manually, what is the best way you can do it? Okay, so let's see. I'll just remove the line of code. Okay, here what I need to do, you need to start with try. Then you can give some bracket, and then your code will be there, and then you can end bracket, you can give some catch, and here you can give some exception name, whatever is coming, arithmetic exception. In case you don't know what exception, you can use simply exception. It will still work. And you can give some variable e. Okay. Sorry, catch. Yes. Okay. Fry, then code. Okay. Catch. Exception e. Sorry. Okay. After the try, it will be catch here. No, sorry. Okay, after the try is coming, I need to close that one. Yes, I need to end with another one, and here I need to end here with the catch. Yeah, and here I need to print out the exception. Variable e. Yeah, I think that should work. Yeah. Now you could see that is the, if you manually do it, that will be giving you more thing. You could see exactly an exception handle, right? No other line, and remaining line of code is executed. So that is the way you can surround manually do it. Try within the second code, whatever code you want to do it. Then you can use catch, and then you can do what exception exactly coming. You can just add it. I already showed it what kind of exception is coming, or you can simply click it here. You can get the exception name coming from the java.lang class and print it out, and you can print out the exception, and next line of code will be executed. So that is the way you can do it. And then along with this exception, there is a finally keyword available. So finally keyword will be added, after the exceptions is there, right? For Java catch block, try catch block. Okay, so finally blocks contains all the crucial statements that must be executed whether exception occur or not. So finally block must be associated with the try block. You cannot use finally without the try block. You should place those statements in this block that must be executed always. So what I can do, I can use here finally. Okay, now see what will happen. So you could see that line of code is being encountered, right? Added. Now the thing is that I have exception occurred. So that is the reason it is going through try catch block, and it is handled by try catch block, right? It is printing out, and finally was executed, and next line of code also executed after the exception occurred. Now say my exception does not occur. Okay, it's valid line of code. Then what will be the output? What will happen now? I have added try catch block, I have added finally block, but my exception is not occurred. So what will happen?
It will not go to that loop also, block also, right? It will not catch any exception.
But finally block will be executed.
Yeah, finally will execute.
Yes. So finally block will be always executed irrespective of your your exception is coming or not. So try catch block will be ignored completely in case exception is not coming, but finally block will be always executed.
So what is the need of giving you finally? Why?
Yes. So say I'm just giving a real time example. Okay. So say you already launch a browser, right? Okay. Launch a browser, you want to perform some operation, but where exception is coming. So okay, so your test case is getting failed. Okay. But you need to always close your browser. And again for the next case, because you need to again launch the browser, you need to log into the login credential, after that you need to do the operation. So you can do something called finally block. So automatically will be divert.quit will be happen. Whether your browser is completely executing test case or not, or whether your browser is getting interrupted, but you want to try always close with the browser always to execute the next test case successfully. So that is the way you can give try catch and finally. And try and catch you can give something that in case something is happening, let's do not validate, let's ignore the assertion part, but you need to close the browser, because otherwise the next set of test case might be failing, because in the real time framework every test case should be open with, right, for the login part again, right, right, all this part, browser login, and then you can do the operation step by step. In case you want to do sequential, might be there is a probability that it might fail, and at the end of the day everything is occurred. You need to just suppose you quit the driver, you need to clear all the cookies. So these are the stuff you can add it in the finally block, right? You don't want to store the cookies, means whatever you have navigated to the website, right, you don't want to remove everything before closing the browser. So it will be closing all the cookies, clearing all the cookies, then it will close the browser. That's all. So that is the way your finally block should be always executed. Yeah.
Okay. So So only to handle the means exception, which is actually this is the primary thing, right?
Hmm.
We'll be having this exception handling is maximum required nowadays.
Yes,
We'll be getting
right, to enhance your code so that it will failure chances will be less. This kind of problem you already
yes,
know,
yes.
better to handle the exception whether it's coming or not. That is fine. So you need to identify the
Only
what are the
train catch is
scenario,
there.
then you can handle this.
Right. So only train catch is there, right? Dada?
Try, catch, and finally is there. Throws is
Finally,
very much used, less used, right? In case you want to do some custom, you
throws
use.
exception. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. That
throws.
is
Yeah,
also handling, right?
yeah,
Throw
yeah.
and
Throw
throws
means
also
you
handling.
want you can create some customized one, right? That is not required much for the automation tester. Okay, that's the reason I did not cover.
Okay.
Whatever there is n number of thing, right? But whatever really required for the automation journey, so that's what I tried to cover. Okay, right.
Sir, do you mean if we return try order tweet in finally, so the browser will work?
Yes. So generally, what we need to do? Suppose you have did n number of surfing, right? Maybe through the browser. But after that, before closing the tab, also you want to clear all the cookies, right?
Okay, right.
Whatever stored, right? Delete all cookies, and then you can quit the driver or close the browser, right? So those are the steps you can always add it in the finally block. So irrespective of test case pass, fail, assassin pass, fail, you can always try to remove all the thing history from the browser and you need to close the browser. So this is the way this is the type of example also try to recapture so that somebody in case asking these are the way they will be interviewing us guys. In case I am taking the interview, right, I will definitely try to understand whether you have worked or not. But in case you are not knowing the sequence, right, you will never able to give the right thing, proper answer. So that is the way, right? Go through the thing couple of times so that all the minute details you need to understand so that nobody can stop you. Otherwise, everywhere, every step you will be facing the problem. In case your basic is not clear, base is not clear. So you might know Java advanced part as well, but these are the different small tricks, right, which will help you to clear all your thorough understanding step by step process, not in the haphazard way. I know collection, I know ops concept, but let's try to know the sequentially. What is the importance of the wrapper class? But you do not know the wrapper class, they will be confused. In the upper class, we are using integer instead of int. Why? Then the problem will coming. You will not able to understand. Then you will be confused. And you need to search here and there lot of stuff. So you need to go sequence like A to Z. In case you are starting from middle, right? Suppose say M or N, and after that you are going to A, or after that starting with M or N you are going to Z. That will be tough. So you need to learn all the stuff whatever best way, and I have tried to cover all the topics sequentially, so that will be giving you the complete thing, and it will help you to learn the thing completely. Okay, so I will recapture the stuff one more time. After that, in case you are having any questions, we will take it out, we will discuss it. So today I try to discuss the Java conditional statement. So it is primarily, right, in case you want to check some condition, true false, all this stuff you can do it. So if, right, uh, if else, if, nested if else, and switch, these are the 5 conditional statement available. In case you want to only check the true condition or the condition is meeting or not, you can use if part. But in case you want to check the failure as well, you need to if else, and within the if or else you can use the if else part for the nest as part of the nested if else. And in case you are having multiple condition, you can go with the if else if or else if ladder. Okay, similarly, just like if else if, switch is also there. So in switch everything will be called as case. In case case is not matching, it will go for the default one. Switch statement will work for char, double, right, float and integer. Okay, switch can be surround with the break word in case you are not giving the break, so the problem will be coming. In case your condition is matching, still will execute the remaining line of code as well. So in Java, method is nothing but the reusable component, right? Sometimes it is called as a functions as well. So definitely, in case you want to use a method n number of times, always better to create a methods or function. And in case something need to be changed, you can just only update that particular method. So automatically, everywhere the method is being called, it will be updated automatically. There are two type of method: user defined method and built-in method. In the user defined, you can create a method without return value or with return value, and built-in you already seen like date, calendar, right? All this part along with the string. These are the important methods available in that class. Constructor is similar to method, but it will be having same name as the class name, no return type. Constructor cannot have the like different non-extensive modifier like static, right? Finally, abstract in nature. Constructor means as and when you are creating the object condition, automatically your constructor will be invoked. By default, the default constructor will be invoked in case you are not creating any constructor. As and when you are creating the object with the help of the new keyword. Okay, wrapper class will be wrapping the primitive data type into the relevant object of a particular class, because primitive data type is just a type, right? Data type, but not belong to any class. So that is the reason they are not an object. So in case you want to deal with the JCF or Java collection framework, you cannot work with those primitive data type. So you need to convert them first with the relevant wrapper class. After that, once the relevant object is created, after that you can use them in number of time in the Java collection framework. Date and calendar function I already showed you, right? Right, you can create a calendar instance. After that, you can change the calendar, update the calendar. You can get the month, date, time, and different other stuff in the calendar. And date class is also available to print the current date of the system, right? You can also change the format of the date as well based on the requirement. Simple date format class is also available. Exception handling, right? Sometime in case you do not handle the exception, your line of code will be be stopped as and when exception is not handled coming. Okay, so there is a checked exception, means like during the compile time you can get to know about the exceptions. Unchecked one only during running the part, and there might be some irrecoverable error might be there, like which will be causing your system, crashing your system, right? Or your no kind of memory is available, assassin completely failure. So 5 keyword available: try, catch, throws, and finally to handle the exception. Try catch block will be used with try will be followed by catch or finally, to handle the exceptions. In case exception is not triggered, your try catch block will be completely ignored, but finally block will be always executed irrespective of the exception occur or not, guys. So that's all from today's session. We'll catch up tomorrow. Thank you.